welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Remember, because what you hears today, you got to tell the birthed tomorrow. I'm looking behind us now, across the count of time, down the long hall, into history back. I sees the end, what with a start. And somebody did come. Remember, Because what you hears today.
Okay, sorry about that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York. Let's see. Yep, on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Facebook channel, the YouTube channel. Please subscribe and follow and hit the thumbs up and do all that stupid following shit that I know nothing about. I have no idea what I'm even saying, but yeah, please follow us and subscribe and all that stuff. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. If you're going to comment today, and we got Tuesday Trivia coming your way in a little while, if you're going to play along, please do so on the YouTube feed. That is where we're monitoring the comments. So go to the YouTube channel and hang out with us there. We have a first-time guest with us today, ladies and gentlemen. Sekou Ali is here. Sekou Ali is here.
Yay me!
I'm excited. You have been in here.
Yes, been here plenty of times.
But well, I mean in this room.
Right.
Yeah, but I think this is the first time, for this weekday thing that we're doing. And you said before we went on the air that it's only your second podcast that you've been a guest on.
Yes, only my second podcast.
I have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, for a long time I kind of avoided it because of my job, and then I was like, You know what? What's the worst that could happen? I'll just retire.
Well, depending on where you are in the act, depends on how much time you have at the force. So yeah, maybe it's time. Maybe you're good to retire.
Yeah, it's 24 years. So.
24 years.
24 years.
How many years do you have to do to get the full pension?
20.
20. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
So yeah, I'm at the fuck it stage.
I bet. Yeah. Well, but I see though. But I can tell that you still have, like, you definitely still, you have the cop instincts. I mean, you walked in here. You should have seen him. He got here half hour early, and then he was, he's walking the hallways. He's walking out, like he's totally checking the perimeter. He's like making sure everything is safe. He's checking me out and saying, "Who the fuck is this guy hanging out over here?" So yeah, so I could tell, and even if that was one of the owners before that walked past you. Like I can even see you're like looking at him. What are you doing? I totally picked up on that.
Look, I don't just trust random white men walking around. I gotta make sure it's okay.
There's nothing to worry about. Because you are my neighbor after all.
100%. 100%.
I love that. Sekou Ali. Again, first I'm in here. Don't we really hardly know each other, but I've been a fan. I love what you do out there.
Thank you. I appreciate
seen you a
it.
million times here at the club. I of course watch on YouTube. I love that line, what's up, my neighbor? And then I just saw this morning doing my research, I think it was right here at Governor's, maybe the brokerage. You walk up on stage and you ever buy a powdered donut with one chocolate sprinkle on it? I laughed my ass off, man. I thought that was hilarious.
And it's funny, one comedian told me about that joke. Was like, that is the only observation that a black cop would make. Because it would take both of those things for that joke to happen, right?
That's great. And then you smacked him for making fun of cops and donuts. All right. So one of our regular watchers, John Rusiello is his name, and he's all excited. We have a police officer. John is a retired police officer. Now, let me. Do I have this right? You're actually a detective, right?
I am a detective.
In the city?
In the NYPD.
That's where John comes from. Now,
Hey.
Now John is. I mean, he's really old. He's 70 years old. I'm just making fun of him. John, is there any chance that you two may have crossed paths? John, we've had cops in here before, and John always loves connecting with them. So, okay. John, fill us in on. I don't remember. You think I pay attention to you? Tell us where you were, and maybe you guys have crossed paths somewhere. Andrew from Sean Elliott's back. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh, I shouldn't have even read that. Yeah. From I was going to wish you happy birthday, but now you blew it by getting all racial on us, you fuck. Yeah. So now you blew it. So if you want to arrest him, Andrew Fremder.
Fremder? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can look that up.
Yeah, you can remember that name, and yeah, we'll get him somehow. How long you been doing it?
Doing comedy?
Yeah.
I've been doing comedy for about a little over 7 years.
Okay. Because I watched Well, I've seen you a bunch of times here at the clubs because you're here fairly regularly.
Yeah. I would definitely say I'm a regular here.
Yeah, absolutely. But then I was going back. I watched a video. I think it said from 5 years ago. I think it said, and I could definitely. All right, hang on. John is calling. He's calling from Florida. So you're not going to yell at me today. You're all excited. Do we have another cop on the show?
Let me tell you something. It's a breath of fresh air that we got a member of service, as we call each other.
Yeah.
A member of service that is in the business, being a comedian. I think that's wonderful. Son, I never ran into you because the only thing I'll say is I have an 87 tax number.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. And I retired. Right after 9/11.
Oh, you've been retired that long? Okay.
Yeah, I retired after 9/11. Well, technically, I retired. Then I went to as an investigator in the district attorney's office, as I'm sure Detective Ali knows all about.
Yes.
And then I got a little messed up because of 9/11, but I'm still here talking to you. And if you want to stay on the air, where is your command as we speak?
Right now, I am at Queens South Narcotics. So,
Queens South Narcotics, very good place to work.
Well, thank you. Yes, we had a short window on the job together, about a little under 2 years, because I came on March 1st, 2000.
2000. Jesus Christ, I'm telling you, unbelievable. Well, listen, I'll let you and Tony. You're in great hands with Tony Walker. I never met the man, but he's basically one of us. He's a real good guy.
Oh,
all right. And be safe out there. And retirement is wonderful.
All right, John. I hope to join you soon.
All right, brother.
All right, take it easy.
See you, John. That was very nice. John checking in. Are we allowed to ask what he was talking about? What is it? 87? What did he say?
Oh, 87. So basically,
it's like a mental pass or something.
Whenever cops get hired, they get something called a tax number.
Right.
And it's a 6-digit number. So I think now they're up to 97, whatever. So it'll be like 973456. So that shows how many, and that number represents you're the 973,456 cop hired with the department. So at some point they're going to be up to there would have been 1 million NYPD cops.
Unless they just start over at some point because they got to figure number 1 through 100 are probably dead or whatever. And what is that? That gets you like your discount on mortgages and stuff?
No, it's just something they just do for their own accounting purposes.
For
keeping track for people in the department because everyone has an individual number. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, very nice. All right. So, thanks for calling, John. That was cool. Let's see. So, don't wish Fremder a happy birthday. He doesn't deserve it. What? Vicky says, let's sacrifice the virgin. What the hell does that mean? All right. Oh, Jeff Bosey's watching. Hello, Jeff Bosey. He says,
hey, Jeff.
Is Jeff like one of the weirdest people you've met in the world of comedy?
Only the weirdest Jeff.
Good answer. Wow. That was a really good answer. Yeah, see how quick he was? That's a good cop right there. Wow. Jeff is probably the most supportive
yes,
comedian.
Jeff's a great guy.
Absolutely, he's a great guy. Yeah, everybody loves Jeff. Especially James when he needs a printer fixed. That's
he's the Xerox guy?
He's like the handyman for governors. I was teasing Jeff on Saturday. James reached out to me. He says, you got because he says Bossy. He was Anthony. You got Bossy's number, so I gave it to him. Then I reached out to Jeff. I should reach out to Jeff first. It's okay if I give you a number out, but I just didn't think. I just gave him the number. So I reached out to Jeff and I said, just so you know, I gave James your number. But of course, I'd take advantage of the situation. I go, look, I said, there's no way he needed your number to give you stage time. He must need something fixed. And then sure enough, Jeff had to run out to McGuire's to fix a printer. Yeah, it was great. I see. Vicky's talking about it's Sekou's first time on the show, so hence he's the virgin. Right, okay. We have some weird people that watch the show. Just
no problem.
Yep. So anyway, I was saying...
Thanks, Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky's all right. So I was saying before John called that, I watched a video of you from, I think it was 5 years ago, and I've seen you a million times here, watching videos. You could definitely see that you're not just doing this like for fun on the side. Like you're taking this seriously. You're working hard. I mean, this video from 5 years ago was great, but you compare it to now, your timing is a little bit better. Your stage presence is better. Like there's nothing but all I see is a guy that's working hard and trying to make this work out for him.
Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's part of the grind because this is the retirement goal. So
okay.
Once I do retire from this job, I want to do it full time. So that's the hope, and hopefully you people make it happen.
There you go. Yeah, go see him. Well, and you just did Mohegan Sun, right?
Oh no, that's
it's
June,
coming up.
That's June 2nd.
Oh, June 2nd. Okay. Well, what did I? Oh, what I'm thinking of is you went to Vegas.
Yes.
To do the Jimmy Kimmel thing.
Yes. I was at Jimmy Kimmel's in Vegas a couple of weeks ago.
How was
great.
that?
Oh, that was a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, first thing, it's kind of hard to have a bad time in Vegas. Like,
be careful what you say, though. Your wife might be watching.
I know. Unless you lose all your money, it's really kind of hard to, And you know what? If you miss a mortgage payment, so what? You know what?
It's just a mortgage payment.
It's a mortgage payment. Yeah,
it's just
not
money.
that big a deal. Just money. The kid got to go to community college. Not that bad, is it?
It's better than what we did, probably.
Exactly.
Right?
Join the Marines. You pay for it yourself.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't. Mortgage payments.
But no, that was a great experience being out there. I got to meet some great comics, got to meet some good industry people. So yeah, it was a cool time.
Kenan Thompson, right?
Met Kenan. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
And he's doing what is it? Some kind of comedy contest? And
he has like the 360 comedy part of his Kenan Presents thing. It's kind of like I guess they're trying to discover who's going to be like the next big thing with comedians and stuff like that. So I was just lucky to be selected to be a part of that. So
wow, So when you went there, that's when you met him? Like, is that part of the whole? I guess that's part of the allure of the whole thing. You get to meet him?
Part of the allure of the whole thing.
But he doesn't even do stand up, does he?
He does not do stand up.
So what does he know about it?
Well, he just decided to get into the stand up business. I mean, I guess the thing is, you know what? It's not to the point where I guess improv is taking over at that point. Even though their improv's a great thing, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, has Governors ever had an improv show? So
in the Giga Room, there's been some improv stuff.
So that's the thing, which is funny, and I mentioned that because I actually wouldn't mind trying out improv myself. Just to add it to the resume. But so I guess he figures stand up is the best avenue for his business model. So
okay,
and I'm all for it. So
sure. Now, and how did that work? So did you do something here that? Like, did you win something here that got you out to Vegas, or
no?
You just go out there and you're a part of it.
I went out there and be a part of it. I submitted a video and I got.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
so you submitted a video and they said, "Oh, this is great. Come to Vegas." Oh, that's
which was probably, I'm sure, I've submitted one of my Governor's videos. So
of course,
thank you,
Governors, and thank you for keeping the Governor's name going through this interview. So I don't end up with cement boots. So now, so it's not like a contest. It's just submit and we'll bring you out.
It was basically just a comedy festival.
Right.
So it's a comedy festival with his name attached.
Yeah,
so.
sure. Which is to have Kimmel and Thompson's name. What's the club like? I haven't even really heard about it.
It's a big club. It's a nice club. It's like probably holds 400.
Okay.
Holds at least 400. It's connected to the Link.
Okay.
Actually, that's the thing. It's not even really connected, but it is part of the Link Hotel. You ever seen the Big Wheel in Vegas? You ever been out there?
I've never been there, but I know what you're talking about.
Right. So it's basically the comedy club's right next to the Big Wheel.
Oh, okay. All right. That must have been, man. That's got to be. It's definitely up on your list of highlights within comedy. Yeah.
Well, I would say yes. That was definitely the biggest audience I performed in front of so far.
Okay.
But the best thing about it, with just Vegas being Vegas, the majority of the audience did not care who they were seeing that night. They just wanted to go to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club,
right.
And I just happened to be there,
so
that just worked out perfect. It was like literally, it could have been Big Bird doing it on stage, and he couldn't bomb that night. So it was like, but I did great, but still, it was just a wonderful experience.
Those are the best, man.
Right.
When they're just laughing at everything. And you could just walk out there and say hi, and they're laughing their asses off.
Well, that's what makes Governors different as a club, and also unique and great, because Governors is actually a little harder than what you would do in the city, because there is no tourists out here.
Right.
And tourists are just happy to be there. Right.
Really?
Right. Yeah. When you're doing a Manhattan club and there's tourists in there, they're just, I came to New York. Oh, I just happened to be here. I'm from France. Whatever. I'm gonna laugh at whatever they say. I don't even understand half of what they're saying.
Right.
The problem is, you come here. They came specifically to laugh, and they all know the language, and they're all very tuned into what you're saying. So it's like,
but I would think for that reason that they're so tuned in, I would think it would be the opposite. Because even with tourists, like, because you're getting all sorts of different people, Republican, Democrat, woke, whatever you want to call them. So I would think it would be harder to get them, where here it's all just, okay, motherfucker, make me laugh. And if you're good with them, if they like you, they love you here. So.
You know what? I would agree, but I would also say that, I guess what it is for me, I find it easy there, and luckily, Governors has worked for me. I've been very lucky, whether it's been Levittown, Bohemia, or Belmore, that I've done well no matter what. So
they do have you here as a regular, so you don't have to kiss up this much.
Okay,
so
no problem.
Just let you know. Yeah. I mean, you can if you want. You're doing a great job at it.
Thank you.
James, throw him up this weekend.
Hi, James.
I'm saying. I love that video where with the powdered donut and all, but do you? I watched a video of you from Gotham, I think it is.
Okay.
Right? Do you have a video up from Gotham? So if you're looking at the video, the viewer's right, there's a man sitting right on the end, and he's your stereotypical white guy. He's skinny, he's got short hair, he's got glasses, and you see him. I guess the way he's just sitting, he's watching. You see his profile, and like. You totally see him, like, because you started saying something about white people, and you pointed at a girl. I don't remember exactly what you were saying, but you could see it all over this guy. He's like, oh, he's talking about white people, and he's black. Like this guy didn't know what to do with himself. Do you find that a lot, or I would think no, but do you find that a lot?
What I do find is that a lot of times, depending on the audience, and this is why I say this will probably be a little different with the city in Long Island.
Okay.
That comparison. In the city, when I get up on stage, they're all cool and laughing and whatever, and then once I mention I'm a cop, there's a brief little second of apprehension.
Right. Yeah.
And then I would say here in Long Island, then it would be like I could get up on stage, and then once I say I'm a cop, and then it's like, ooh, we like him even more.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say that would probably, for me personally as a comedian, that would be the difference. Like in the city, they don't know should we like him anymore? Like,
right.
I don't know. Are we still like it? Okay, we're too invested in now. We're like 3 minutes in. He's already got us laughing. Okay, it's like, fine.
That's, I believe that. Yeah.
Right.
But I've seen, I did a show in the Giggle Room, I think it was in January, and we had a few comedians from Brooklyn come in. Darren, I forget his name. Dara Jamat was one of the, I don't know if you know any of these people.
I know Dara.
Yeah.
Good people.
Really good people. And we had Fudge was the headliner.
Oh, yes.
And it was, if we had, I don't know, maybe 60 people in there, I would say 55 of them were black. And I'm telling you, there's something about black audiences. They come in ready for a good time, man. Yes. And Fudge never, that guy can do no wrong. He had that place roaring. I mean, so good. But and he'll start singing and start rapping or whatever, and then immediately black audiences, they start dancing and they clap along, they sing along. And the white audiences, they're just more like, it bothers me.
Well, I've heard this before, and this is from white comedians that have told me this, and I recognize this to be true. That whether you're doing a black room or a regular white room, mainstream room or whatever, once you get the black women laughing, the audience is yours. So
that's true.
It doesn't matter. So even if you're here and if there's 5 black women at a table, once you have those 5 black women, you have the room. They shall follow. They will lead the laughter.
That's true. That is very true.
Comedy 101 for all you comics out there. That's what you know. Make the black women laugh first, you got everybody. They will be the Moses of this shit, all right?
Because it's true, because they're very vocal and they're animated and everybody just follows along. That's great.
Even if they didn't well, that must have been funny. Look at them. They were fucking rolling right there. Okay, yeah.
And usually they're hot, too, so there's nothing like impressing hot women. Making
general,
them laugh.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what motivates men in all avenues of life. That's 100%. What we live for. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, who gets good grades for dudes?
You have a great joke about that with, not liking dick. You don't want your son to be bottom. Great stuff. Let's see. John Rusciello, bet you get some material from your job. Some shit you do can be very funny. Yeah? Is that the case? Yeah?
Yeah, I get a lot of material from the job. Well, as you can imagine, being a New York City police officer for over 20 years, that material comes naturally, especially narcotics. And there's been other cop comedians, as you know. So, like Mark DeMeo, for example.
Yep.
Like, you'll say one of the guys, great guy.
Love Mark. Yeah.
But the thing is, which I like is from, like, other cop comedians that I think separates me. As far as I know, with the ones I'm aware of, I'm the only one that's done narcotics.
Oh, okay.
So my experience and what I talk about on stage is going to be different from other guys' experience,
right?
Just from dealing in that world.
But you have you do have some great bits about it. Like the where the titties, love it. But you don't focus on it. You have other.
Right. Yeah, like I got other things too.
Which is great.
Like every comic, your family is always going to be a source of material for your wife and your kid and stuff like that. So, just life. I think some of the times the best material a lot of great jokes I got is just from sitting in a bar.
Oh, sure.
People, just
absolutely
being social and just stuff just comes to you.
And that's what I think makes a great comedian too. When you, in my opinion anyway, you can sit and watch somebody and you feel like you're just hanging out, listening to your buddy tell a story.
Right.
To me, that's my favorite type of comedian.
100%.
Yeah. And you mentioned so. All right, you gave me some segue to a few things, which is great. So you mentioned your daughter. Your daughter's name is Sade.
Yes.
Is that after the singer?
Yes and no.
Really?
Because it was also the newscaster on ABC, Sade Benoit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now this is the thing. Just Sade's actually a compromise, because my wife, she wasn't really big on African names, but like I'm Sekou, and like my sister, she gave all my nieces and nephews African names, so it was like just like a thing in my family.
Sure.
So she was like, well, it's got to be, I got to be one I like. So I was like, okay. So really, most people don't know this. Sade is actually, the full name is Falashade.
Oh.
So I was like, yeah, let's go Falashade. And she was like, we'll go Sade. Well, I'm not going to add all those extra letters for no reason.
Well, true.
Pretty much, yes.
But it's also kind of
like, right, everybody's going to call it Sade anyway. So
but
right,
you think fellatio or so, like, fellatio, like, that's a little
yeah,
close.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with her.
100%.
Just Sade.
Now, here's the thing that's real funny is the name I used to be in love with before my daughter, that if I would have had a kid, let's say a couple of years earlier, would have been ISIS. So I totally dodged the bullet on that. Like, I did not.
Wow!
I did not realize that naming my daughter after an Egyptian goddess was going to go so left field. Right. Just a couple of years later.
Oh my goodness! And then their middle name is Saddam.
Right. That's like every poor German kid named Adolf after 38. Like.
Wow,
what's going to happen. Like I don't know.
That's you definitely dodged a big bullet on that one. Yeah, I'd much rather have people think about Smooth Operator than the terrorists. Yeah.
Yeah, she got to explain. No, I was named after an Egyptian goddess. That's
well, and I don't know. When I was a kid, there was even a superhero. I don't know if you're
that old 70s cartoon.
Yes,
right? Yes.
And her name was Isis. Right. That was the first thing I thought of. Yeah, I don't bother with the terrorists. I think of the good stuff, like a kid show. I couldn't tell you a thing about this.
Fucking up everything.
I know, really. Stop it. For all you terrorists that are watching, just stop it. Eat a sandwich and go home.
Yeah, it's bad enough with a name like Sekou Ali, as much as I used to get stopped at the airport,
Yeah, right. But then you read them your tax number and you're golden.
Yeah, there you go.
So who is and that's actually on my list here, who is or some of your favorite cop comedians? Okay. I mean, you mentioned Mark DeMeo, who's great.
Mark DeMeo, Timmy Hall, who will be at my show July 13th over here in Levittown. He's headlining. He's great. He is a Baltimore cop.
Okay.
I think also Kevin Jordan. L.A. He used to be LAPD.
Right.
He's a great guy. Guys like that. It's very funny.
There's actually, Bosie just named a few.
Oh, Frank. That's what. How
Frank,
did I forget
yep.
Frank? Frank is also going to be on my show
Oh,
July
okay.
13th. Yes,
Very
Frank
nice.
Taylor, yes.
And Tommy Farrell, right? And then there's Roy George.
Roy George, yes.
Yeah.
Roy's a great guy. He's also done one of my shows right here last year in the Giggle Room. Yes,
Yeah, Roy is great. Such a nice guy. So, yeah, you're naming people I haven't even thought about. So there's quite a few cop comedians out there.
We're floating out there.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever really talked to them about it.
Oh,
but
you know what? We just left out the Rista.
Oh shit! We just had him in here a few weeks ago.
We just had him. Yeah.
And he's coming back in November. Yeah. And I feel that there's more too that I'm forgetting, but
yeah, it's more than you think once you get to naming them, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I admit I would have forgotten about Frank too, and Frank's worked for me too, and I don't really see him much. I think he's getting all those residuals from that commercial. You don't really see him much on stage anymore.
You know what's funny? When I saw that commercial, I called him up. I hit him up immediately. I took a picture of him with my face next to it. I froze the screen.
I was an extra on what the hell was it called? It was an Al Pacino series on Amazon.
Hunters?
Hunters.
Yes.
Thank you.
Love Hunters.
Oh, it was a great show.
You did a great job extraing.
Of course I did. But yeah, there's one part there. I mean, it's a close up of me and another guy, and we're just sitting there looking mad. But some friends of mine.
Was you Nazi mad, or what kind of action was you?
No, I was veteran mad.
Veteran mad. Okay.
I'm sitting in a wheelchair, and it's like some kind of group therapy PTSD session, and we're all just mad. And some friends of mine, because there's a close up, and some friends of mine sent me a picture, but they're on each side of the TV, turning sideways like they're kissing my cheeks. I thought that was hilarious. I saved that one. He's a cop median. Oh, all right.
Oh, that's a good name.
All right, Fremder, that only brings you back a little bit, though. It only starts to bring you back. Jeff forgot about Roy George. Okay, yeah, Roy is a great guy. What is so 24 years? So yeah, a lot of great things. I'm sure there's. Give me your best and worst moments from being a cop. Because I'm sure you have a lot of both.
Well, worst would be 9/11. That's easy.
So you went down there?
I didn't go down there the day it happened.
Yeah.
I went down the next day.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, 9/11 was on my day off. So, which, of course, the day off that wasn't.
Yeah. Right.
Actually, quick little, as funny as a story could be about that day.
Yeah.
So, I'm sleeping. I get the phone call. And I was like, people are calling me like, are you at work? And I'm like, no, I'm in bed. And I was like, well, turn on the TV. And when I turned on the TV, that's right when the second plane hit.
Oh, okay.
So then, it's flashing across the screen that all cops, fire, EMS report to work.
Yep.
Like I said, this was my day off. My uniforms were in the dry cleaner.
Oh, shit.
So I go to my dry cleaner. I was like, hey, what's up? I need my uniforms. And he's like, not ready. Come back tomorrow. I'm like, the TV's on, mind you. The TV's on. He's watching the TV.
Hello?
I was like, hey, bro, I gotta go to work. He's like,
they're ready right now.
He's like, oh, be back 15 minutes. I was like, okay, thank you.
Shit. And you had just.
Which, by the way, you can get your dry cleaning done in 15 minutes if they really want to. So
absolutely right. Don't be fooled. So, and you were only in what, like a year at that point?
Yeah, only in for like a little over a year.
Yeah. So that 15 minutes must have felt like an eternity then.
Yeah. Then
Oh my goodness. All right. Well. So yeah. So you were there. So you really are. You are a hero, my friend. And I know cops and firemen don't really like hearing that much, but I'm saying it anyway. Wow. So, and then what? You spent weeks there?
Yeah, we were just going down. It was like 20-hour days and all that stuff. And the funny thing is, my father, he worked for Con Edison.
Okay.
So he was going down to Ground Zero every day too. So it was weird. We lived in the same house, yet never saw each other.
Right.
And if one of us came home, because I was still a kid then, I was like 23 years old.
Sure.
Still then, one of us was always sleeping.
Right.
Right. It was
Yeah,
just.
I bet.
It was just the house of chopping wood that was going on.
Yeah.
As
I
we were
bet.
just taking turns. That you know,
Wow.
it was just like it was the sleepiest time ever in that home. Yes.
And now everybody's good? Like you and your dad good? Or?
Well, actually, unfortunately, my dad,
okay.
back in 2018, he passed away 9/11 related liver cancer.
So that's exactly why I asked.
Yes,
Son
but,
of a bitch.
Luckily, so far, knock on wood, I'm good. So.
Wow. So did they take care of you? You know,
Well, yeah,
or
you got to
father?
you got to do your screening every year. Oh, that was no issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Because I know that's been a little
yeah.
bit of a battle, and Jon Stewart gets involved in all that.
Yeah.
That's
shout out to Jon Stewart.
Absolutely.
That was. But yeah, it's luckily with my dad in that situation, that wasn't much of an issue.
Oh wow. Well, your father's a hero too, man. I'm actually I'm retired from the phone company, so I'm a utility guy like your dad. And I was a union guy. We actually, as much as I hate to say it, but we actually pulled a lot of our guys out from that because they were, giving out paper masks, which we knew were not going to do the job. We said, sorry, but we want these guys to stay healthy.
Right.
So we did. We pulled a lot of guys out.
The air was good and
right.
All right, well, yeah, this is definitely fun stuff to talk about right now. Yeah.
So come on down to Governor's and laugh your ass off.
Should we talk about Israel-Palestine next, just to lighten the mood? I mean,
well, after all, your daughter's middle name is Saddam. All right, well, here's, speaking of your names, did you know, which you probably do, in New Hampshire, there's a guy named Ali Sekou.
Yes, a politician that has my name.
Yes. So, yes, you are. So do you guys get mixed up with each other?
No.
This never happened, really?
Yet. But one thing is, I was mad because I wanted to be the first famous person with my name. I think right now we're just neck and neck. So I gotta, I need your people help so I can just have the monopoly on that before this guy starts copyrighting T-shirts and stuff.
I'm gonna say you got it nailed. I looked at this guy's website.
Okay.
This guy, it actually says on his website, he's running for whatever political office, but his experience was I think was a janitor, and then it said something about working at the Nigerian embassy in New Hampshire as a custodian.
Okay.
And now he works I don't know, it was like a video store or 7-Eleven or something. I think you got, cop, custodian. All due respect to you custodians out there, but I think cop might be a little bit more respectable. I think you got this guy.
The interesting thing you said with that is the Nigerians have an embassy in New Hampshire, of all places.
You don't think Nigeria when you think New Hampshire?
I guess that must be the black population of New Hampshire, because what the hell is... I guess I know where, if I wanted to get some jollof rice now, I know where to go in Nigeria, because I wouldn't think, in New Hampshire, I wouldn't even think I could pick up African food in New Hampshire, but now I could go to,
And then you said black population, like New Hampshire, black pop, I wouldn't even think that either.
Right, exactly.
Like some places down south, they don't let Jewish people in, I would think. Black in New Hampshire, doesn't even register.
I guess they're trying to get Nigerians over there to ski. What the fuck is there an embassy in New Hampshire for, of all places? It's just like,
well, that's why he's a janitor. There's nothing else to do. Keeping the place clean. All right, John Rusciello says, "Good for you, detective." Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I see. I'm just reading Fremder privately before I read it out loud.
That's probably very smart.
All right, it's your birthday, so I'll read this one, but he's the king of bad jokes. Also, the CVS up the block from me was robbed of all the Viagra. Police said to watch out for hardened criminals.
But yeah, that's a good dad joke.
Yeah, dad joke, yes. Definitely a good dad joke. And like I said, only read it because it's your birthday. Otherwise, I would have told you to just shut up. Also, in your act, you mentioned American Gangster.
Yes,
love that freaking movie. I love that movie. What are some of your favorite and least favorite cop movies?
Okay.
Or how do you even judge them? Do you go by what's real or?
Well, no, because
none of them are real.
Because probably my favorite cop movie is totally unreal.
Okay.
But that's part of the reason why I love it. Would be like The Other Guys.
Oh, okay.
Like with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. Because what I love about the movie, as silly as it is, they still threw in very good details within that movie. Like, a cop must have read it, because it had stuff in there showing like ridiculous cops.
Right.
And like one perfect example for that movie that you people probably never noticed, with Mark Wahlberg's character. His shield is out throughout the movie, whether he's at work or not.
Okay.
Which is like something that
I didn't
was
even
something
notice that.
like only a loser cop would do. And it was like one of those things. So as a cop, you notice that, like, they're basically saying he's a loser. Like,
why is that a loser move? Aren't you guys proud to keep it out?
No, you don't. Everywhere. You're at a bar, like, hey, what's up? Like,
girls don't dig that?
Yo, you're drinking on duty? Like,
True.
It's just like, it's such a strange thing that a person would do. But I love that movie just for the silliness of it.
Right.
Same thing like desk pops. Not that people do that, but that is the term. So it's just like one of those things.
What did you, desk pop? I don't even know what that is.
Like, you fire your gun in the office.
Oh, desk pop.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Something
okay.
that,
right.
But that is the term. That's what I'm saying. You could tell like a cop helped write that movie. Right. And then, of course, to the people concerned, wait, cops have a term for firing your gun in the office? Like, who?
Yeah.
It happens that often? You need it?
I hope not. So if you see a cop limping, you're like, desk pop. What's your worst? What's the worst cop movie?
It's funny because I loved it when I was a kid, but it's one of those movies I mentioned when I was a joke. But as I got older, it just seemed more and more silly to me. New Jack City.
No shit, really?
Because once I became a cop, and then I seen, this is so unrealistic, and that's the problem. I was like, the other guys is supposed to be a comedy, so I'm supposed to accept the ridiculousness of it, as opposed to this was supposed to be a little bit more realistic. And I was like, this is just total. You just can't take over a whole apartment complex like that, and no one. You see, I know people think cops is lazy, but we just let you just take over a whole. There's just a whole apartment complex,
right?
And with people walking around with guns out in the open, and,
right.
and no one did nothing, just armed drug dealer security in public, and
good. I'm glad that's not accurate. Yeah, the Naked Gun is my favorite.
Classic.
I love that movie. Next time I shoot a guy, it'll be because what is it? Next time I shoot a guy. I won't be doing it as a cop or something like that. I love that movie.
And, OJ's greatest role.
Yeah, absolutely right. Worst cop movie, at least for me, I don't even remember the name of it. It's Eddie Murphy and De Niro.
Eddie Murphy and De Niro?
Yeah, they're partners. They're cops. They're partners. Eddie Murphy is on the side. He does stand up. He's trying to be an actor on the side, and they're like trying to bust some drug ring while Eddie Murphy has like a camera crew following them, and De Niro's like a straight-laced, old-fashioned cop. He hates the camera crew following him. It's awful. Wow. The only good things about this movie, William Shatner is in it. He plays himself because he had T.J. Hooker.
T.J. Hooker, right?
So he comes in to teach Eddie Murphy how to like do certain things for the camera.
Yes, now I remember because that's when he teaches him to slide across the car.
Yes. And
I
Shatner
can't
goes
remember the name of this movie.
I don't even remember. But because it was awful. But the Shatner parts, the Shatner parts were good, but they were the only funny parts. But the rest of it was pretty bad.
That never gets brought into the Eddie Murphy, Robert De Niro catalog.
No.
In terms of great cop movies, I would say Training Day.
Oh yeah,
especially being in narcotics, you have a special affinity for Training Day.
Yeah.
And as much as excuse me, all the stutter, as much as that movie might seem unrealistic,
right?
There actually was based on a true scandal, and a lot of that stuff was based on stuff that true LAPD Rampart scandal was happening.
Okay,
so, like in terms of the robbing drug dealers and putting people in wheelchairs and stuff like that, that was a real LAPD unit doing that, which that movie was based on. Yeah.
Wow. What was the? Oh, thank you, Mary. The movie was called Showtime.
Showtime.
That's it. Thanks, Mary. Was that? So when you first got into the force, was that a goal to get into narcotics, or that came later as you were, learning the job?
I would say it probably wasn't a goal. I think I definitely wanted to be a detective.
Okay.
At that time, I didn't know if I wanted to wear a suit or go into narcotics, which way it's going to go. Because, I think I just really wanted to be a detective, though maybe in the back of my mind, maybe with my latent psychology I might have been leaning towards narcotics, but yeah.
So what? So you don't wear a suit? You can dress like this, like go to make a drug deal?
I'll go to work just like this.
So in all seriousness, that's some dangerous shit. I'm assuming.
I guess. You know what the problem is?
See, that's a hero right there. I guess.
Well, you know what it is? It's like
I'm a pussy. I'd be scared shit every day.
It's like that. It's like that old Morticia saying from the Addams family. Was it Addams family?
Yeah, Morticia. Yeah.
What's normal to the spider is chaos to the fly.
Oh, that's deep.
So to me, it's like, when people say like, "Wait, you do stuff like to me, it's just what I do."
Yeah,
plus, I'm older now anyway, so a lot of the stuff I used to do, like doesn't even remotely go on with me anymore. Now my day is a lot more quiet. Spend a lot more time at my desk.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah.
But every once in a while, I still run cases and stuff. But
Yeah. Well, see, but again, because I'm, I don't know anything. I just go by movies. I'm picturing every drug dealer to be like, slick, gun-toting Walter Whites. Where it's probably not. It's more probably strung out. People that are screwed up, right?
This is the thing. You do. I would consider them your white whales, your kingpins, right? Those are the goals,
right?
But as we also have a term, that's chasing the kilo fairy.
Okay.
So they may be the goal, but they're very hard to. Very hard to get.
Right.
But you have a lot of people that are selling drugs just to support their habit, and you got a lot of people that are selling drugs and they really should just be getting a regular job because they're not. It's like the fact that you're dealing with fentanyl and causing overdoses and killing people, and now you got 3 bodies on you. It's like it really wasn't worth it for the $60,000 a year you're making.
Absolutely right.
Right.
60. Really? That's it? 60,000 a year for that?
There is a great book, Freakonomics, and it actually talks. And they have a chapter in that book. It's about economics in an unconventional way.
Yeah.
And one of those chapters in the book, and I read it, and I was like, "This is my life." Why do most crack dealers live with their mothers? And it's just about the fact that in terms of drug dealing is actually a pyramid scheme. And if you're not at the top of the pyramid,
right,
everybody else is just too lazy to get a job.
Well, but it is mostly people that are just selling it or so they can get their hands on it to do it, right? Or am I wrong about that?
I wouldn't say mostly, but no, that there's a good number of people.
Yeah.
There's a good number of people.
Wow, there are a lot of people that are in it like because they want to make $60,000 a year. Just selling.
Well, that wasn't what they thought. I guess
well, yeah,
was gonna happen, but
I would think after a few years of that, I'd be like, all right, I might be in the wrong business. Maybe I'll go work at the movie theater.
There is a lot of guys still living in their mama basement.
That's crazy to me.
I mean, first rule of drug dealing is first, especially if you're drug dealing in the city, you got to get customers like white people from Long Island as customers because they're the ones buying. Look, like the thing is, they're the ones coming in with $2,000 a pop. Because they don't want to come and drive to Brooklyn every day. Who the hell wants to do that?
Right.
I'm not coming. Every time I come to Brooklyn, I might get robbed with this $2,000. So they come once a week and buy all their drugs for the week.
Yep.
And then that's the customers you need. If you're still getting customers that's got EBT cards, then no, you're going to be a broke drug dealer. So part of that is expanding your customer base. Now, as I teach drug dealing 101 on the podcast, you know what? I'm sorry. Why am I doing this for free? I'm going to start a TED Talk. All drug dealers in the Long Island area, if you'd like to come to my TED Talk, I'm going to charge $200 a seat for this seminar on what you can do right and what you're doing wrong.
9/11 and drug dealing. I mean, if this doesn't say comedy, I don't know what does. And it's funny you said Brooklyn. Just last Thursday, I went into Brooklyn. A film that I was involved in, Dara Jamat was in it, and a few Brooklyn-based comedians were in it. So it was having a screening in Brooklyn on this last Thursday, and I don't, like you said, white people don't want to drive from Nassau County, Suffolk County, don't want to drive to Brooklyn. I don't know anything about Brooklyn. I have no idea where I was, what I was doing, and we go into this. So I don't know if you're. That's why I'm bringing it up. I don't know if you're familiar. So this place was called. Alkaline Oasis.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, not familiar with it.
So they're telling me this is where this film is going to be screened. So we get there. The front of it's a juice bar. Well, I shouldn't even say bar. It's like a little deli. But that's what they sell: juices and healthy food. So I walk in, like, where the hell am I? And it's a black neighborhood, and it was me, my wife, and I don't know if you know Don Sill. Do you know Don?
Okay, yeah.
It was the three of us, so we don't, we're sticking out. It's like, are we in the right place? What's going on? Sure enough, in the back.
I do know the spot. That's
okay.
That's like the Harlem Nights kind of spot. You go into the back. It's kind of like a speakeasy type of
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a beautiful stage with a great backdrop. They had cameras. It probably, I don't know, maybe 100 seats. And I met the guy that kind of hosted the whole thing. His name he goes by the name Real.
Okay.
No. Well, that was the thing. So everybody was super nice. We had a great time, and saw these the comedians that we knew, but network with this guy Real. The guy that owns the place, his name is Mr. G, and the whole room was put together, financed, because Mr. G is good friends with Nick Cannon.
Oh,
so
right.
like this whole thing was financed by Nick Cannon. So like, I don't know. I just had a blast. I'm like, and this guy Real, every first Friday of the month, he hosts a comedy show in there. And they like you do. So that's why I thought maybe you knew him because he hosts comedy shows. So that was my long story to get to you because you produce shows. So you got joke dealers.
Yes.
So does joke and dealers, are you mixing your worlds together? Is that what that is?
It's probably a triple thing. So part of it, one is, if you're a comedian, you are dealing jokes.
Right.
Now, in terms of part of my job, it's like, okay, drug dealing, joke dealing.
Right.
Same thing. Other thing about me, if you notice the theme, it's cards. Because I'm a degenerate gambler and I love playing poker.
Oh, no kidding.
So that's the other part of it. And I was like, which one's easier to market to middle America? So I'll go to joke dealing in terms of the card theme.
Right.
But in my head, it did start off with drug dealing. And then I was like, wait, let me go with the other side of myself, poker. I love to play poker. So, yeah.
Degenerate gambler. So all right, so your wife hears you're going out to Vegas to Kimmel's place. Is she like shitting a brick because she's thinking you're going to come back, like you couldn't even afford the flight home because you gambled your money away?
No, because she know I'll sell my ass to get things done, so it's fine. Some dude wants to make an indecent proposal when I lost my own money.
See, I've tried that, but I ended up owing more money. But wow. So now, is it just poker, or you gamble on?
No,
everything?
I'm just straight poker. Just straight poker.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know guys will, they bet on, what uniform they're going to wear that day. Like in some game. Like some guys get crazy with that shit.
Yeah, I just play poker because I went at it, and I think that's part of the. I can say part of my skill set as a detective when it comes to knowing people, reading people. Same skills also comes with being a comedian, right? Knowing the audience, reading the audience.
Sure.
So same thing. So that's basically just why I just keep it to that. And
nice.
I play. I make my little money. I made my flight. I was like, oh shoot, and that was it. It was like I was good.
That's a success.
That's a success.
I have a friend of mine that does some like high-end poker game out here somewhere. It's like $2,000 just to get in. But then you win, like guys walk out of there with like $20,000, $15,000. You have any idea what I'm talking about or no?
Well, we'll talk off the air.
I could hook you up if you really wanted to. I can get you in. I don't know if it's legal or not. I have no idea, but I won't tell him. I won't tell my friend you're a cop. Holy shit. So joke dealers is now it's your. Would you call it a production company? Well, I would
say it's my baby. It's I do a monthly show. I do it out in Queens. Also at Smoke BBQ Pit. I also do shows. I've also put on shows in other places. Like I'm putting on the show here on July 13th in Levittown in the Giggle Room.
And who else is on that? You said Frank
Friella, Sarah Craig, Ivory Fields.
Nice.
You know Ivory.
Yep.
Steph Jones and Timmy Hall.
Okay, very nice.
Timmy Hall, Baltimore cop, comedian, been on HBO, great guy.
Yep.
He's hilarious. You're gonna love him. If you love the police, you got 3 cops on this show. So come on board.
Ivory just seems like I don't know, just kind of weird. Like he just seemed to came out of nowhere, and he's like blowing up over. He's like all over the place. This guy.
Ivory's the man.
He's fantastic. Love that guy.
That's definitely one of my brothers in comedy. Ivory's a great dude.
And great comedian, but just a super person.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a great dude. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's see. All right, we're coming up on Tuesday Trivia in a few minutes. Let's see. What did I miss? We got a bunch of stuff. Let's see. So you have the you did the you have a bit about telling your daughter that the meaning of the word prostitute, which is a great bit.
And a true story.
And a true story, really?
100% a true story.
But has she ever met, like you mentioned the parade and stuff, but has she ever met an amputee? And how old is your daughter now?
She's now 10.
10. All right. So does she, like, now she probably knows?
No, she loves horror movies, so yeah, now she probably knows, right? Because, those are always the first ones to die. So.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you're right. But when she was younger, did she ever call an amputee a prostitute?
No, luckily it didn't get that far.
Oh, okay.
But she used to have, actually, one funny word slip, which was hilarious. She used to do from the time she was about 2 when we started remodeling our kitchen to about 4. So when we were getting our kitchen remodeled, the contractor's name was a white dude, Bobby.
Right.
So every young white guy she saw in her 20s, and they looked like they were in their 20s, was a Bobby. Just whenever she saw one young white guy, I was like, "Hey, Bobby, hi, Bobby." She'd run up to Bobby, give him a hug because of this white dude that was fixing things in my kitchen. She was just like,
that makes sense. That's like a stereotypical white man name,
right? It would never work in reverse though. If it was a little white baby going around and you had a Kareem fixing your kitchen, and every black guy she went up to was like, "Hi, Kareem, hi, Kareem, hi, Kareem, hi, Kareem." Like it was just weird.
Oh yeah, Daddy would be getting smacked if that happened. Yeah. But see now, and calling every white man Bobby, I bet like 30% of them probably turn around and say, "Oh, how does she know my name?"
Yeah, she's probably right about 15% of the time, right? It wasn't.
It's like it's like an Italian family. Everybody's Joey or Tony or Vinny. It's the same thing. So all right, so she's 10. Is she gonna? I not. Well, we're cursing and stuff. So she probably won't see this or no?
She probably won't see this.
She probably won't see this. All right. Well, if you can, so we're 58 minutes and 48 seconds in. Okay. So right now, that's where we started. We have not cursed since I said the time, so she can see this part. So, Sade, I am a prostitute. There is nothing I love more when I'm doing my research for this show and I see somebody has some kind of one-leg or amputee joke. I'm like, oh, yeah, bring him in. Bring him in. That's my favorite part. All right, so now, Sade, stop watching. Okay. So you do you do voiceover work?
Yeah, been trying to get into that. Yeah.
Is that working out for you or no?
Did a few auditions, nothing yet.
All right. So if I said to you, give me your best urban, say, come on down, say, see Sekou Ali tonight at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown.
Come see Sekou Ali tonight down at Governor's Comedy Club.
Now, what if we said, all right, give us do the same thing, but in your nerdiest white voice?
Come see Sekou Ali tonight at Governor's Comedy Club.
Your whole accent changed. Governor's Comedy. Well played. Well played.
Here's the thing. Most black people know how to do that. I don't know. You ever heard the term code switching?
Code switching?
Code switching.
No.
So it's basically like this. So normally, for most black people in America, we got to go to work and work around white people, right? Yeah. So you have to learn how to talk appropriately when you're at work. Just talking normally, talking appropriately at work. Where you talk in the hood and where you talk around work, two different ways. So I'm saying that's the code switching. So the way you're going to normally talk. Now, me, it was a little different because I guess I was a little delayed. I never knew to switch the code. So my whole life, the guys used to tell me in my neighborhood, you talk like a white guy. And for years, just because black dudes was telling me I talk like a white guy, I thought I talked like a white guy. And it wasn't until I got into college and I met other black people that were smart. And it was like, no, You don't talk like a white guy. You just talk like somebody that reads every once in a while, and that's normal. And I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you very much. I've had this
fantastic.
whole fucking complex for years about this shit.
Just 2 weeks ago, I have a, I mean, I do a little bit of stand-up when I'm here, but I have, for almost 30 years, I've been doing dinner theater shows, audience interactive, murder mysteries. The audience has to figure out who did it and stuff. And just 2 weeks ago, we had a show coming up, and one of my actors had a last-minute situation and had to back out of the show. It was literally, I think, 3 or 4 days before the show. So my son, one of my son's closest friends is a black dude, and he's done some acting. So we asked him, I know it's short notice, but any chance you can jump in? And he's like, oh, yeah, well, I was going to come to that show to watch, to see if it was something to see what you guys are all about. He goes, but if you need somebody, he says, yeah, I'll jump in. Because it's not like a typical, stage production. We're in the audience throughout the whole thing doing our show. And we stop to react to them and make fun of them and joke around. We have a great time. So this guy came in without knowing what we do. We just, I tried to tell him as much as we can. All right, this happens a lot, and these people do this. Just trying to get him set up. Now, he's gay, and the role he was playing is a very, like, Richard Simmons type, very flamboyant. And he kind of normally talks, I guess, like your stereotypical gay. He's got that little lisp thing going. Right. He's doing all this as he speaks. But so there's a part in the show, because it's a murder mystery and there's, clues and stuff that have to come out. There's a part where everybody, the whole cast, there's 6 of us, we pull guns out and we're pointing them at each other. Because then later on, we put the guns away, then there's, a gunshot and somebody has, everybody had guns, So we pull the guns out, and this guy, again, first time he's doing the show, we didn't even know him, from a cast point of view, because he hadn't rehearsed with us. He pulls the gun out. And again, he was like this through the whole show, but he pulls the gun out, and he has a bunch of lines as he's pointing his gun at somebody. And immediately he goes, I'm going to put a cap in your ass, mother. We fell to the floor, man. It was genius. We laughed our asses off. I was like, and it's cool, like I like when stuff like that, like, and I think you may have even been in here. I've had Ivory in here, I've had Sean Elliott in here, and we make the jokes,
right?
Because I don't know, we're all just friends. You
right.
know what I mean? Like, just like I get people making fun of me with the leg all the time. Like, it's all just fun and games, and thankfully we can all do that and we can all joke. And it was the same thing like that. Nobody felt uncomfortable.
You said he was a young kid, right?
He's in his mid-20s. Yeah.
So he didn't know about Andrew Cunanan, the gay serial killer, the guy that killed Versace. Like, you could have just been yourself. Like.
Right.
He popped a lot of people.
That's right.
Flamboyantly. It was still scary.
Oh, yeah. A gun's a gun.
Scarier. I don't know. I think I'd be more scared of Andrew Cunanan pointing a gun at me than Sammy the Bull. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Sammy the Bull was a short little pudgy dude. He had to carry a gun to be tough. That's great. That's great. All right. We're about to play Tuesday Trivia. Before we get to that, just 2 more questions. Give me some of your more memorable stand-up gigs, for whatever reason it's memorable to you, and then name some comedians that have kind of helped you along the way, or maybe inspired you, did you a favor, what helped you kind of, because you work a lot, and again, you're great, so I'm sure there's some people that have helped
definitely.
You with that.
Well, started memorable stand-up gigs. Well, funny enough, I did a Republican fundraiser on Friday. That's the first one that comes to mind. I did not think that was ever going to be in the career resume.
Did the audience were like, about to clap at the comedian, and they
I did not think Sekou Ali was ever going to be at a Republican fundraiser, but you know what? I killed it. They had a great time.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's
great.
That was legitimately fun. I had a great time there, and the comedians that helped me along the way. Well, first start off with Kenny Williams.
Okay.
He was the first guy to put me on stage.
Oh wow.
Yes, the first guy when I got back into it. Because I actually started comedy for about a year before I went to I went to the police academy.
Yeah.
But when I decided to get back into it was Kenny Williams. Definitely great guy, definitely mentor in this game. One of the people that helped, Kenny Warren, he's the first guy to like put me on like consistently. Over at the Grizzly Pear when he was over there. Sure. Greg Criticos, another great guy. You know Greg.
Greg's an asshole. No,
Greg's good people.
Yeah,
so it's like those guys, even Dara. Like, you know, we just
oh, sure,
Dara.
yeah.
Dara's great. She was probably one of my first little coaches. So yeah, she's good people.
And it's funny you say that because in this movie that we just did, that's her role. She's teaching a girl how to do stand-up. And we filmed it here. But when they filmed that particular scene, I wasn't in there for it, so I didn't see it. So watching this film, like, it wasn't scripted. It was just like, outlined, you know. Right. So now you're going to sit down and teach this girl how to, you know, give her some advice. I mean, Dara just, I mean, I was watching this. I was like, oh, shit, I'm learning stuff. Like, I just wanted to go there to watch and support and be entertained, but I was actually learning stuff. Like, she had some really good advice for this girl. Yeah, she knows her shit. She's 100%. Great, Dara. Yeah, like her a lot.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's a good list, except for Greg. So, all right, but now if you and Greg are so tight, has he put you in any of his movies?
No, I haven't been in the movie yet, but I do host his Broadway Got Talent shows.
So, oh, was that right? Oh, yes. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Greg, yeah. Greg and I, like, slowly, within the past year, we've started to get kind of tight. So him and George, his buddy George.
Right.
Yeah, great guys. And but yeah, I bust his balls all the time. I'm gonna see him tomorrow. Actually, he's doing a gig out this way.
Okay.
A fundraiser that I'm loosely involved in. So I'm going to see him tomorrow. But then the following Thursday, he's screening one of his films in Astoria. So I was going to go to that. So I'm going to, and Ivory's in it too.
Yes.
So I'm going to yell at him. I'm going to yell at him. Well, you don't make another movie until Sekou was in it, you son of a bitch. And hey, don't bust my fucking balls. What are you doing? All right. Excellent. This is great stuff. All right. So it is time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. If I can find it. There we go. It is that time of the day. It is time for some Tuesday trivia, ladies and gentlemen. The way this works, if you're not familiar, I'm going to ask some trivia questions. You guys are going to answer them. Sekou is going to answer them. If you're watching at home, like I mentioned before, if you're watching on Facebook and you want to play Tuesday Trivia, switch over to YouTube because I ask the questions and you guys put your answers in the comments. I do not give the answers right away. I ask all 10 questions, and then after I go back, I ask them again. I go over your answers, and I make fun of Sekou's answers and your answers. I make fun of how bad they are. And then and that's it. We just have a good laugh. However, if anybody who's playing would like to see a show at one of the 3 Governors Comedy Clubs this weekend, I'll get you in free admission because you played Tuesday Trivia. I can get you into most of the shows, not all the shows, but most of them. Who's playing there this weekend? What did I do with my list of who's playing there this weekend? Shit. I had it here somewhere. Kevin Downey Jr., I remember, is playing here this weekend. Who else is playing? Shit, I lost my list. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Don't forget, go to govs.com to make your reservations, see the full schedule and what's going on around here. Olga Namer is playing the main club this weekend. Kevin Downey Jr. as well. Who's at the brokerage? Drew Dunn is playing the brokerage this weekend. And in McGuire's in Bohemia, let's see. All right. What do we got? Rob White is playing Bridget Kavanaugh. Peter Hirsch, Joe Winchell, and a bunch of other great comedians. So go to govs.com, make your reservations to a great comedy show. Don't forget, September 28th, come have some fun with Knock 'em Dead Comedy. We're doing some Triple X trivia in the Giga Room, and Ivory actually will be performing with us as well. That'll be a fun night. Go to govs.com and join us. We'd love to see you. Okay.
All right.
All right. With that, Tuesday Trivia. Now, because you were nice enough to come here today, Sekou Ali, some of these questions might be tailored for you.
Okay.
To make you look, like you said, a man who reads. Question number 1, what is the oldest statewide law enforcement agency in the United States?
Oldest statewide?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Rangers?
Texas Rangers, he says. All right. Question number 2. True or false? Police officers go rogue on a regular basis. Do I need to explain that? That is not your poker face.
I'm trying to think, is there a double entendre going on with this?
No, it is not a trick question.
It's not a trick question.
No. I'm not that deep.
I would say true.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Question number 3. This is a multiple choice question. Which sports figure is also a reserve police officer? Are we talking about Darryl Strawberry, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, or Derek Jeter?
Shaq.
Jumped right on that one. All right. Question number 4. Oh, nice and easy. Nearly all early revolvers had how many chambers in the cylinder?
5.
Okay. This question is pretty, I think it's easy, but you should know because you talk about it in your act. My Heart Will Go On came from what movie?
Titanic.
As I prefer to say, Tit and Nick. Question number 6. What does the N stand for? Calm down. What does the N stand for in NATO? In the word NATO, what does the N stand for?
North.
Next question. Which actress got married for the 7th time on Michael Jackson's ranch in 1991? It wasn't the 7th time she got married there. It was her 7th married. Yeah, her 7th marriage.
Actress got married for the 7th. Liza Minnelli. I feel bad for knowing that. I feel like I just lost points in the black community.
But gained points in the gay community. Excuse me. All right. Next question. On a computer keyboard, what letter is between Q and E?
W.
W, he says. All right. 2 more questions and we're done. Next question. What is the definition of the word rapscallion? Rapscallion. Rapscallion.
I guess it's obviously not a musical shellfish. Rapscallion. A bandit?
What? Abandoned?
A bandit.
A bandit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Last question. I may have asked this question before, but I'm doing it again anyway. Name the 3 foods women always choose over sex.
I mean, I think the real question is that sex with who? I mean, just like you're choosing over sex with you, that might be a specific problem.
Well, it's a lot more than 3 foods, that's for sure. They'll eat freaking insects over sex with me.
I don't know, shrimp, cake, and ice cream.
Okay. Not bad. All right. Not bad. All right, let me see. You got one. All right, you got a few right. Let's see. All right. So now, yeah, that's on a delay a little bit, so some answers will still be coming in as I start to read the answers. Let's see. John Rusiello, doing the gun bit with your TD Bank pen loses the meaning. Oh, well, I was just giving an example, John. Sorry, I didn't bring my gun with me today. Let's see. All right. Okay, so yeah. So what is the oldest statewide law enforcement agency in the United States? Vicky got it right. Andy Plajanos got it right. John Rusiello got it right. And you got it right. The answer is...
Texas Rangers?
Texas Rangers is correct.
Woo.
Very nice. All All right, so now this next question, John Rusiello says that's a bad question. Why is it a bad question? What's wrong with it? True or false? Officers go rogue on a regular basis. Sekou said true. Andy Plagano said false. Vicky said true. Okay. Yeah, all right, so I'm curious. Why do you... I have false. That's the answer that I have when I looked it up. It says that it's a myth perpetuated by movies and TV. But you're saying true. Is that from your personal experience? You've seen a lot of them?
No, what was from was I'm going by... Because that's the problem when it's only a true-false thing. Are you going by total numbers or statistically what would be it? So it would be one of those things is like, what are it, like 3 million cops in the United States or something like that?
Okay.
Total, something like that. Now, I just wait. I think it's 300,000 maybe.
Really? That's
nationwide.
it?
Yeah. I think like 300,000 nationwide.
Wow.
So if you get, let's say, one gets arrested a day, which is probably what happens in this country, then you can say it happens frequently, but percentage-wise,
right? Okay.
It's a small percentage. So there was going my logic. So you can say it's true, but in terms of totality, it's actually still a minute number.
You're absolutely so either answer works then. Which sports figure also happens to be a reserve police officer? Strawberry, Shaq, LeBron, or Jeter? Yeah, I think everybody got that right.
Well, you knew it wasn't Strawberry. I mean, he wasn't passing a drug test. So
but in all seriousness, how great! I mean, this guy. I mean, really, the life that guy was leading, he should have been dead. But it's been a happy ending. That guy has been in trouble in years. He's now a big pastor. He travels the country preaching. And that has nothing to do with the question I'm asking, but I'm just happy to see that the guy turned himself around.
Yeah, yes, he did a great job, and I liked it on my '96 Yankees.
Especially when he beat the shit out of Armando Benitez. Oh, that's got to be the best fight in baseball history right there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's a great baseball fight.
On the Yankees, I got clean Darryl Strawberry.
Cleaner than the Mets. I don't know if there's such a thing as a clean Darryl Strawberry when he was a baseball player. But I think we got the Mets. I'm a big Met fan. I think we got the better.
Oh, you got the better
player.
and
stronger.
Yeah,
the better player.
100%.
Yep. He was almost done by the time he went to the Yankees, but he could throw a good punch. Okay. Nearly all early revolvers had how many chambers in the cylinder? You said 5. Andy Plagano said 5. Vicky says 6. All right, and that's all the answers I see for that one. All right. The answer I have is 5. Sorry, 6. You guys said 5. The answer I see is 6. Okay. I don't know, maybe early revolvers?
I guess maybe because that's the problem with the phrasing of the question, because revolvers today still have 6. So it hasn't really changed.
Yeah, see, that's why I almost stopped myself. When I first read it, I almost skipped over the word early because I wasn't sure about that. So I wonder if this question's wrong. Wow, I'm screwing up all these questions today. All right, well, Andy Plagano's who always double checks my answers. Do you know Andy?
Yes.
Yeah. He'll
another good dude.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. But.
Okay. Well, you notice I like everybody. I'm very easy.
You do, yes.
I like everybody.
I'm joking. Andy's in here with me every Friday. He's in here with me. I love the guy. All right, so it's either 5 or 6. The next question, I don't even know if I should bother asking it. Everybody knows that's Titanic. Yeah, Mary's she's all excited. She got one answer correct. Very good. What does the N stand for in the word NATO? Sekou said north. Everybody knew that. Everybody says north. Very nice.
All right, everybody reads.
Yep. All right. Which actress got married for the 7th time at Michael Jackson's ranch in 1991? All right, so you said Liza Minnelli.
I was probably wrong.
John Rusiello, the fellow police officer, agreed with you. I will let you know you did not lose points in the cop community because that answer is incorrect.
Yes.
Yes, that answer is incorrect. Andy Plagano got it right, so he loses points. Vicky got it right, too. It is Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, yep. But I would think a lot of people get the two of them mixed up.
No, one's way hotter than the other.
Well, yeah, you're right about
one's
that.
Peak Liza wasn't even Elizabeth's worst day.
No, you're absolutely right. Elizabeth, in her day? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay. I was just saying as far as like...
I mean, that's why somebody wanted to be husband number 7. I mean, come on, you still...
Yeah, he wasn't thinking about the bank account. Can you imagine being married 7 times? Which I don't even know if that was her last one.
Well, that works way better for a woman than a man.
How so?
Because no alimonies.
Yeah, but if you're Elizabeth Taylor, there probably is.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There might be a couple of guys.
Remember that one dude? I think that was in the 90s. She married that one. He was a contractor or some shit. And then he went on TV like...
Oh, yes.
Begging for money and shit. Yeah, I don't know why I would remember that, but I do. All right. On a computer keyboard, what is the letter between the Q and the E? You all got it right? Yep. W is correct.
But I'm the one that definitely didn't cheat.
Well, that's true. Andy Plagenos has been accused on most occasions of Googling his answers. And he denies it. He just claims to be a smart guy. Which, I don't know. You look at Andy Plagenos, do you see smart guy?
He wears glasses.
Yeah, but he's got that mustache. What is the definition of the word rapscallion? It is a noun, which I did not tell you that beforehand. Sorry, see, this is exactly why Andy Plagenos gets accused of looking up answers. All right, because his answer is correct. He wrote being mischievous, and that is the correct answer. But you said bandit, so yeah, I'm giving you credit. I think that counts.
It's something to do with bad behavior.
Exactly. There you go. Do you use that word on the force?
No, you don't really.
That one, oh yeah, I know that one. He's a rapscallion, that one.
Yeah, it doesn't really come up too often.
Tell me, with the rapscallion, where the drugs are. Not for a minute, flatfoot. Just like that. Mary said, what? All right, so Andy said mischievous. John Rusciello thought it meant humorous. Mary says baddie. B-A-D-D-Y.
She was in the ballpark, too. A baddie.
Oh, a baddie. Oh, okay. She just wrote baddie, so I didn't know what that was. As soon as you said a baddie, that made sense to me. Okay. So, all right, so Mary gets credit, too. All right, the last question. The 3 foods women choose over sex. Sekou said shrimp, cake, and ice cream. Andy Pagano said chocolate, cheese, and wine. Mary said chocolate and cake. Vicky says chocolate, cheese, and wine. All right, so Vicky, you and Andy would be fine. Rusciello says pizza, chocolate, and peanut butter. If a girl is going to be like, no, we're not doing it. I got to eat some. I have to have a peanut butter sandwich. I'd be like, wah, wah, wah. Fremder, whichever 3 foods will fit. I see what you did there. All right, so you guys were close, so you'll get credit. The answers I have are sushi, chocolate, and steak.
Steak. Okay.
Which I would think would be the other way around. I could see a man being like, "Let me finish this steak first. You just wait for me, honey." But yeah, those are the three words there.
Like I said, if she's choosing the food over your sex, you got bigger issues.
Absolutely right. She can put those foods on me and eat them, even a steak. I don't give a shit. Andy Pajanos, I can't score lower in my black credibility score. Oh, that's right. I forget the story, but he has explained that he's been given black cred by some people.
Oh, okay.
And how does that work though? Like anybody can just claim to have a black pass.
Well, the term we have coined for that is getting invited to the cookout.
Really?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
That the thing is that you're a white person that we consider so cool and so down that you get invited to the cookout.
No, I got that. But
right.
why is the code cookout? Like, what is that?
I don't know. I guess because it's just like a fun, happy black thing to do. It's barbecue, because everybody loves barbecue.
I love barbecue, and I'm not black. I love it.
Everybody loves barbecue.
All right. So what do you have to do to get invited to to be accepted in the cookout?
And that becomes the debate, right? Because then it depends on the people. Because let's say this. What it takes to get invited to Sean Combs' cookout, we might not want to attend.
Yeah, I have no interest in that cookout. I think cookout means something different in his
right?
book.
I don't. Yeah, you know, I would say it depends on who's holding the cookout.
All right. Did you see the video of him beating the girl up?
Oh yeah,
That's sad to me, man.
It's sad. It's the only person who was happy about that video was Ike Turner, because now he gets to say that I'm by far not the worst woman beater right now. That's the only man who cheered that video. Ike Turner just like, I'm glad it wasn't security footage. They just had to watch a movie and see it reenacted as opposed to actually ever see me do it. Like
you see Fishburne doing it. I didn't do it.
Right, exactly.
I can deny it. And he did. He denied it until he died. But yeah, but you're right. Yeah, P. Diddy is in trouble, man. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. So I want to know how to get into the cookout. But then how do you prove it? Like, is there a card? Like Andy Pajanos can, like just because he says it doesn't mean it's true.
Did you get the invitation? Well, I would say probably just a lot of it's just being what is the terms the kids use these days when they're being real progressive? Oh, being an ally, shit like that. Which I don't even know is even as much as terms of being an ally. It's just I don't know, just being a cool person, you know. Just like, you know, just I think a lot of times we get so hung up on things when it's just a lot of times life is just about not being an asshole.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Right, like, yeah, right. It's just that's just really what's key. It's just don't be an asshole. Like,
but if I'm going to a party, like I went to Brooklyn last week, I mean, I was invited, I was on the list, but if I just walked in, I mean, are they going to be like, you know, like how do I, or do I ooze coolness? They'll be, oh, no, you're all right, come on in.
Well, it's like, all right, are you Jack Harlow? Yeah, Jack Harlow could go into any black cookout, allegedly, right? You assume he makes that list, right? You know, Eminem, Kid Rock, I don't know. He might have lost those privileges. Like,
I think he lost it.
He probably lost those privileges. Kid Rock at one time.
Oh, one time.
Like 2004, Kid Rock definitely could get anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't know.
when he was doing hip hop.
Right, yeah.
Now he's all about bad country music.
Yeah, so I don't know. It fluctuates. And also, like I said, different black people, different cookouts. So you got Sean Combs, what his cookout would be. Yeah. I would say, like, let's say Senator Tim Scott, he probably got a totally different cookout. Like, I might not get into his cookout, so I don't know.
RuPaul has probably
another different cookout. There's a lot of different cookouts.
Nothing against RuPaul, but I'm not interested.
Right.
Yeah.
And like Obama, his own cookout. Like, you know, everybody's
now, that guy, I mean, if every president, I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat, if every president came in as cool as that guy, I think we'd be in a much better place. That guy had the swagger. He had the sense of humor. That guy, where is that guy now? We have two men that are like a day away from death. What the hell is going on here, man? Where's that guy with the swagger? Be like,
you know what it is?
No, I don't.
This election, and I really don't do politics on stage. This is really probably as political as I get on stage. This election is about two grumpy old white men who are fighting for the chance to kick the brown kids off America's lawn. That's essentially what this election is. It's two grumpy old white dudes just want to get out of here. Like, you know, they're that guy in the neighborhood.
And I'm not trying to pick on either one, but I know why you would say that about Trump. But that's how people feel about Biden too?
I think the thing is especially with, like, you know, you don't really got the problem out here in Long Island as much. But let's say in the cities, like we're dealing with the migrants, even now Democrats are now like kind of like guys are like, hey, at some point, you know, like, gotta do something about this because you know now because it's right, they're not in Dix Hills, right, or Great Neck. They're the shelters are in black communities or Hispanic communities, and they're the ones dealing with it. So the lack of inaction has now put the problem.
Okay.
Which I would say that was probably one of the brilliant things that, like, let's say what Greg Abbott did in Texas and DeSantis when they started busting them up here.
Right.
Because then you brought the problem to the Democrats' door. And then so now it's like, it is an issue now that, like, you got to deal with it.
Yep. Yeah, I do feel he's kind of lost, Biden has lost a lot of his own Democrats. Yeah, I do. But yeah, either way, I think they both suck. I mean, come on,
we do need better options.
Yeah. Really, I mean, you know, plus, why would they want to be president at their age? Like, people that age go home and retire and play with the grandkids.
Well,
and try to remember their name. Like, what the fuck? It drives me crazy.
Well, remember when Biden ran in 2020? There was a little thing that was behind the scenes that he's only going to do it for one term.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And that was the thing getting floated. So people were like, "Oh, all right, just so Trump won't be president,
right?
One term, and then we get the new." And I think that's the problem. If he would have stuck to the one term, he could have wrote out a hero.
Yes.
And it's like it would have been good, because what does it say? You either you die young and live to be the hero, or you live old enough to become the villain. And now he starts seeing, he's looking at his poll numbers. It's like, oh shit,
right.
And they can't convince him to get out. So it's just like, this is what we got.
It's yeah, I don't know.
At the debate, I'm going to need geriatric nursing.
Yeah, right. During the commercial breaks, they're changing diapers. Jeez. Let's see. Let me read some comments, and then we'll get on out of here. John Rusciello is yelling at me for picking on Andy. Andy shits dictionaries. That's how smart he is. Kelpie is watching. Hello, Kelpie. She says, "Let the bitches eat sandwiches."
Okay.
Can't miss that great middle-aged sex, she says. All right. All right, Kelpie, I didn't put down RuPaul's Cookout. I said nothing personal. I'm just not interested. That's all. She actually said, she goes, "Fuck off, Tony. I'll go to RuPaul's Cookout." All right, let's take it easy, Kelpie.
Well, she's obviously a Drag Race fan, and you pissed her off. So.
Right. And that's all I meant was drag. I'm not a drag racing guy. I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know what you're thinking, Kelpie.
You know what's so funny? Could you picture learning the English language, and you're picking up these terms, and you're thinking to yourself, you just learned what drag racing is.
Right.
So you watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, right.
And this is when you realize, when people go, this is why English is the hardest fucking language to learn. Because RuPaul's Drag Race and drag racing aren't remotely related.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's like,
so if E.T. was made today, remember E.T. learned English from watching cartoons all day? Who knows what E.T. would be saying today? Let's see. So if Sean Combs was German, he'd be Adolf Diddler. Oh, my goodness. Kelpie says, waiting for AOC to be old enough to run for president. Okay. Donald has his Trump stuck in Vlad's Putin. John Rusciello says, Tony Walker for president. All right. And Sekou Ali is vice president.
There we go.
We actually tried that on this show. I used to have two co-hosts, but now they left because they hate me. And we actually had the idea in here once. One of the co-hosts was like, "Yeah, you should run for some kind of local political office." So I'm registered with the Working Families Party, so I'm not Republican or Democrat. But my co-host did call the Independent Party, said, "I have somebody that, how do we go about it?" They practically hung up on him. They had no interest whatsoever.
There you go, the Knock 'em Dead Party.
The Knock 'em Dead Party.
Knock 'em Dead Party. I mean, that really applies to these two running now.
You're absolutely right about that. Yep. All right, Fremder, I'm reading this. I didn't read the whole thing yet, so I'm taking chance. Fingers crossed. The bald eagle is the wrong choice to represent this country because in order to fly successfully, both wings have to work together. Ooh.
That's deep.
That is deep. All right, Fremder. That's a good save. All right, and then... all right. And then his last comment there, I'm not even reading it. Not because it's bad, it's just not funny. Well, happy birthday, Andrew Fremder. Hope you enjoy your day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Again, where can they find you? How can they keep up on what you're doing?
Sure.
All that good stuff.
If you found me entertaining, you can follow me on TikTok or on Instagram on The Comedy Detective. And if you didn't find me funny, I'm Kevin Hart. So there we go.
That's true. He's really not that funny. Okay. And then, Joke Dealers and the Smoke Barbecue Pit is where they're playing a lot of times. And what was it, July 13th in the
July
gig room?
13th, right in the gig room. 7:30 p.m. You can get your tickets online right now at governors.com.
govs.com.
Yes, I am hosting, so you know what? Come have a good time. We're going to rock out.
Very nice. Yeah, you won't be disappointed with this gentleman. He's a great comedian, a great guy. Thank you, brother. This was
Thank
fun,
you.
man.
This was fun.
This was a lot of fun. All right, we're out of here. Today is Tuesday. What do we got? Hershey and the Keegs. They're not on tonight. They're taking a week off. Who knows why? They're probably naked together. They probably went on a romantic getaway together. That's what I'm going to guess. But then we're back here tomorrow. Me and Mike Kaplan, my Wednesday co-host, will be here with me. We have comedian Claudia Sherman, now Claudia Sherman Smith. She'll be joining us. She's an interesting story. We're going to hear all about it. She was doing comedy for a long time. She stopped in the 90s because she started having a family and she wanted to be home. And now she, like yourself, she's trying to get back in. It's been almost 30 years since she's done it.
Ooh.
And she's trying to.
Claudia.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to hear all about that story tomorrow. She's got a little a video thing. We're posting shorts and on Instagram and stuff. It's her and another lady. They're called the Down and Outs, and they just, I think, make fun of how out of touch they are in today's society. But yeah, go check that out, and they'll be with us tomorrow. And then I think, and of course, Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And I think that's it for tomorrow. All right, so we're out of here. Good show, says Mary. We'll definitely take a follow.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
right,
once
there you
again,
go.
Comedy Detective, and thank you guys.
Very nice. All right, have a great day. Thanks again, pal. And all right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya. For your event today. What will you experience at a Knock 'em Dead comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knock 'em Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knock 'em Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what? Had an awesome time. All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.